The Forgotten Book of Jubilees Prologue. The Hidden Scroll. The caves of Qumran kept their secrets well. Sand shifted, winds howled, but the scrolls endured. Fragile skin and ink, yet stronger than empires. Among them lay a text once read by priests and visionaries, then cast aside by councils who decided what would be called the Bible, the Book of Jubilees, the Little Genesis, the calendar of heaven. It told the story of the world, but not as most had read it. This was a story measured in cycles of jubilees, each 49 years, like the heartbeat of creation, forgotten but never gone. Chapter 1. The Angel's Voice. The story begins not with Moses at Sinai, but with an angel at his side. On the mountaintop, Moses wasn't merely given the 10 Commandments. According to Jubilees, he was shown the very history of creation, dictated by an angel of the presence. This angel revealed secrets that Genesis only hinted at. That the Sabbath was not merely a command for Israel, but a law woven into the fabric of heaven and earth. That Adam, Noah, Abraham, all the great fathers had kept the Sabbath and the feast long before Sinai. That the law itself was eternal, written on heavenly tablets before time began. Moses, wide-eyed, listened as history unfolded not in human years, but in jubilees, divine cycles that measured the rise and fall of nations. Chapter 2. The Watchers. The angel spoke of a darker story, too. Before the flood, there were the Watchers, angels who descended to earth and took human wives. Their children, the Nephilim, brought violence and corruption. Genesis mentions it briefly, like a shadow on the page, but Jubilees painted it in fire and ash. It told how the Watchers taught forbidden knowledge, sorcery, charms, and the cutting of roots. Mankind was led astray until only Noah's family stood uncorrupted. The angel told Moses that the flood was not simply water, it was judgment, washing away the corruption of heaven's rebellion. Chapter 3. Time Made Holy. The Book of Jubilees was obsessed with time. It claimed that the true calendar of God was not the lunar months most followed, but a perfect 364-day solar calendar, 4 quarters, equal and unchanging. It was heaven's time, unmarred by shifting moons. The angel warned Moses that men would one day abandon this holy calendar, twisting the days, losing the Sabbaths and the feasts. Confusion would follow and the world would forget. But heaven had not forgotten. The cycles remained ticking like years in eternity. Chapter 4. Abraham's covenant jubilees retold the life of Abraham with detail beyond Genesis. It spoke of his war against idols, how he shattered his father's false gods and chose the unseen creator. It described the covenant of circumcision not as a cultural act, but as an eternal mark written on heavenly tablets. The angel told Moses that every covenant, with Adam, with Noah, with Abraham, was part of one unbroken chain. The law of Sinai was not new, but ancient, echoing back to creation itself. Chapter 5. The Forgotten Truth. So why was this book forgotten? Perhaps because it spoke too boldly. It claimed the law was eternal, not just for Israel, but for all creation. It revealed a strict calendar that contradicted others. It expanded on angels, demons, and heavenly tablets in ways some thought too dangerous, too mystical. And so, it was set aside. The councils chose Genesis, but left behind Jubilees. Yet the book did not die. It survived in Ethiopia, guarded in the Ethiopian Orthodox Bible. And in Qumran's caves, fragments endured until the modern age. Epilogue. Remembered. A young seeker in the modern day read its words, dusty but alive. He saw the cycles of time, the warnings of the watchers, the laws written before the foundation of the earth. He closed the book and looked at the sky. The stars above no longer looked random. They were markers on a divine clock counting Jubilees. And in that moment, the forgotten book whispered again, "What is hidden is not always gone. What is lost may only be waiting for the right time to be remembered."